Welcome. We're going to talk about something that can turn a normal workday into a disaster in a matter of seconds. Fire. Stick with us and we'll walk you through the essential knowledge you need to stay safe.
Okay, just imagine this for a second. You smell smoke coming from a piece of equipment, or you see a flicker of flame in the break room trash can. Your heart starts pounding, right? What you do in those first few seconds is absolutely 100% critical. Now, your first instinct is probably to grab that red canister on the wall. But hang on, that's not always the right move. I mean, think about it. If you spray a water extinguisher on a grease fire, you're not putting it out. No way. You're going to cause a massive fiery explosion that spreads burning oil everywhere. So choosing the right tool isn't just a good idea, it's everything.
So, let's get into it. Before you can even think about fighting a fire, you've got to understand what makes it tick. You have to know your enemy.
You've probably heard about the old fire triangle, right? Heat, fuel, and oxygen. Well, the modern science is a little more complete. It's actually a tetrahedron, which is just a fancy word for a four-sided pyramid. That fourth side is the chemical chain reaction that keeps the fire going. Every single fire extinguisher out there is designed to break that shape by knocking out at least one of those four sides.
So, the first step is to identify what's actually burning. The National Fire Protection Association, the NFPA, sorts fires into 5 main classes. Class A is your everyday stuff: wood, paper, plastics. Think of it as anything that leaves an ash. Class B is for flammable liquids like gasoline or oil, things that boil or bubble. Class C is for anything with a current, so energized electrical fires. Then you've got the specialty classes. Class D is for combustible metals, pretty rare but incredibly dangerous. And Class K is for the kitchen, specifically for those high-temp cooking oils and fats. Knowing these is step 1.
All right, now that we know what we're up against, let's talk about choosing our weapon. You have to match the extinguisher to the fire. This part is completely non-negotiable.
Okay, let's break down the common types. You've got your basic water extinguishers. They just cool the fuel, so they're only good for Class A fires. And you definitely don't want to use one on an electrical fire. Talk about a shock hazard. Then you have CO2 and dry chemical types. These work by either smothering the fire or breaking that chemical chain reaction we talked about. The most common one you'll see is the ABC extinguisher. It's a real workhorse for the 3 most common fire types. And CO2 extinguishers, they're perfect for places with sensitive electronics, like a server room, because they don't leave behind any messy residue.
Now for the specialists. The wet chemical, or Class K extinguisher, is seriously cool. It hits that burning hot grease and does something called saponification, which basically means it instantly turns the surface of the fat into a layer of non-flammable soap foam. It smothers and cools all at once. And for those Class D metal fires, you need a very specific dry powder extinguisher. These are designed to smother the fire without causing a violent explosive reaction, which is exactly what would happen if you hit burning magnesium with water.
So you look at an extinguisher and see all these codes. It can seem a little intimidating, but it's actually a super simple guide. First, look for the pictures: a green triangle for A, a red square for B, a blue circle for C. Easy. Then you see the rating, like 2A, 10B, C. The number next to the A tells you its power in terms of gallons of water. So a 2A has the power of 2.5 gallons of water. The number next to B tells you the square footage of a liquid fire a pro could put out with it. So 10B means a 10 square foot fire. The C doesn't have a number, it just means the stuff inside won't conduct electricity. Simple as that. Okay, so you've identified the fire, you've grabbed the right extinguisher. Now what? It's time to act. And to do it right, all you need to remember is one simple word: pass. This is the universal technique, and it works every time. First, pull the pin. You might have to give it a good twist and tug. Next, aim the nozzle low. Don't spray at the flames way up in the air. You want to attack the fuel at the very base of the fire. Then, squeeze the lever slowly and evenly. And finally, sweep the nozzle from side to side, just like you're using a broom, covering the whole base of the fire until it's out. Let's say it together: pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. Get this, 8 to 20 seconds. That's it. That is all the spray time you get from the average portable fire extinguisher. There is absolutely positively no time to waste or figure things out on the fly. That's why knowing the P.A.S.S method by heart is so incredibly important. You've got to make every single second count. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important part of this entire explainer. Because just because you can fight a fire doesn't always mean you should. Before you even think about pulling that pin, you have to stop and ask yourself this one huge question, and your answer is going to determine everything that happens next.
Look, safety agencies like OSHA and FEMA are crystal clear about this. You only, and I mean only, fight a fire if you can say yes to every single one of these questions. Is the alarm already going off? Is the fire small, like wastebasket sized, and not spreading? And here's the biggest one. Is your back to a clear open exit? Can you get out easily? If the answer to even one of these is no, your job is not to be a hero. Your job is to evacuate.
A really great way to remember your priorities in a fire is the acronym R.A.C.E. First, rescue anyone in immediate danger, but only if it's safe for you. Then pull the alarm and call 911. As you leave, confine the fire by closing doors behind you. And then, last, notice it's the very last step, you either extinguish, if and only if it's safe, or you evacuate. Your safety always comes first. All right, let's wrap this all up into a simple playbook you can remember. The key actions that will help you stay prepared and act with confidence when it really counts.
If you remember nothing else, remember these 3 things. Number 1, know your enemy. Identify that fire class. Number 2, choose your weapon. Match the extinguisher to the fire using that label. And number 3, execute the plan. Use the P.A.S.S method, but only after you've decided it's 100% safe to fight.
And let's end on the most important rule of all. We can replace equipment, we can rebuild buildings, but we can't replace people. Your life and the lives of your colleagues are absolutely irreplaceable. Always make the choice that keeps you safe. Making the right move in an emergency isn't about luck, it's about training and preparation. Thanks for taking the time to sharpen your skills with us today. Stay safe, stay trained, and for more workplace safety explainers just like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel.